let's get to the other one. Okay, I got this over here on Facebook. Now, hey y'all, welcome to Community Awareness Talk Show. And y'all, I got my little sister with me. But before I actually start talking to her, and before I do a little prayer that this goes really well, I'm gonna go ahead. What you said, Deborah?
Nothing. I'm here.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead on and try to make sure this is shared over there to the public. So if anyone comes in, they can share it. And Deborah, it should be something on your end that tells you that you can also share this to your page. It's something up there that should tell you that you can share it to your page. You probably have to look for it right quick, but it should say that you can share this to your page. It should give you an
Everyone
opportunity.
see. It says everyone can see and hear you. Um, I don't know. I don't see anything say I can share.
Okay, hit the three little things up there. Did you hit the it's like three little knots, three little dots. You should have three little dots somewhere on your screen.
Okay. Oh,
You see
okay.
'em?
Remove from stage, edit name and headline, edit audio, and stop mic. Those are the only
Oh
things
no.
I have.
Oh no, that ain't what we wanted. We wanted to
It
share it
says
to your
stream this to your audience.
Yes, yes. Do you have something that you can hit? Yeah,
Log
hit
in
that.
and create an account to send this stream to your social accounts.
Right,
Oh,
right.
honey, if my Facebook don't pop up, we're not gonna get it because I do not know my Facebook page. I don't know how to sign in to Facebook. Look, Facebook
Oh,
is so long.
uh-huh. Okay. Well, you ain't gonna be able to do it then if that's what it says. You won't be able to do it. But anyway, we have it out there shared on social media, and I was trying to share it on my other on the other one too. So anyway, well, we're gonna pray, and then we're gonna get ready to go right on into talking to you about the insurance company. And I had some other people that I invited to be on the platform, and if they happen to come in, I will bring them up on the stage as well, so they can talk to you
So
about the
everyone can see me.
huh.
Can everyone see me?
Yes, everyone sees you.
I can't see.
Huh?
I can't see anyone.
Oh no, you can't see them, but they can see you. You
Oh,
can't see anyone, but they can see you. So yeah, they can see you. And my other Facebook thing act like it want to act up tonight, talking about the poor thing. It did well on Sunday. It did well on Sunday when I did it at the radio station. But you know how that goes. The enemy can get busy, busy, busy. And I was trying to get it where it'll be on this same side. But we're gonna go ahead on and pray. And I'm even trying to share it on Facebook, and it's acting crazy. But we're gonna go ahead on. I'm gonna cut this farm off and cut it back on in a minute. But we're gonna go ahead on and get started with a prayer. Father, we just thank you for this day. We thank you for this time. We thank you for this opportunity to come, God, with this young lady, Sister Deborah, as she's introducing a business as well as letting people know the importance of insurance. And Lord, we just thank you. We ask you that this meeting will go over well, that the people will listen, and that they will hear how important it is to have insurance and how important insurance is for the family and for every individual, how important it is to have insurance. So that is what we want to accomplish on this night, and the different types of insurance and what the different types of insurance offer. So Lord, as we go through this broadcast, God, we pray and hope, God, that some will share it, and not only share it, but they will be able to get in touch and talk with Deborah, to be able to see what their policies are saying, to see why insurance is important and what all this insurance company offers and opposed to other insurance companies. And God, it's not a competition thing, but it's a thing about getting families taken care of. So God, we just want this to go over well and that the people will understand the importance of having insurance on their loved ones and friends. In Jesus' name, amen, amen.
Amen.
All right, all right. Deborah, I don't know why this other one don't want to do what it's supposed to do, but we ain't gonna worry about it. We got this one, and I'm gonna turn this other phone back on so I can kind of share it. Hey, you all, if you're coming in, please share the video because this is really important. This interview is really important. It's something that people need to know about. People need to have insurance. So, and we want them to learn some of the ins and outs about insurance and the different types of insurance and what different companies offer in insurance. So, we're getting ready to discuss a lot of that with Sister Deborah. I was trying to do some sharing before we actually get down into it. And I do know that I invited some others to come on the panel. I'm not sure if their schedule is going to allow them to come, but if they do, I'm sure they'll have some important questions that they want to ask Deborah on this day about the insurance. And Deborah, I don't actually see it. I know that we're live, but I don't actually see it on my Facebook page right now, and that's strange because I need it to be on my Facebook page so I can make sure it's being shared with the others. Um, we done you done got yourself together to make sure you be here on time. And I tell people sometimes they don't care how much you prepare and you try, it's still always a monkey wrench thrown in there. Okay, so anyway, tell us a little bit about this insurance company that you're with, American Income. Um, what is one of the main opening up statements that you would want to tell us about American Income?
Well, American Income Life has been in business since 1951. This company started with a very intelligent man, Mr. David Rappaport, and now it is American Income Life / Globe Life. Now, that entity has merged, and Globe Life is our parent company. Of course, being in business a long time, and this company has always exceeded above and beyond goals in making goals and doing everything that insurance is supposed to do, protect and to serve people. I mean, we
Okay.
got over billions of policies a year um, with no problem. We do sell all
Excuse
kind of life insurance. There's only three types of life insurance known to mankind. That is whole life insurance, which is self-explanatory. It's permanent. It's for your whole life. The price doesn't change. It gains cash value. And then there's term life. Term life is just as it says, is a term, whether it's 20, 30, 40, however many years. Whatever that term is set as, you can definitely rest assured at the end of that term, your price of that term will increase. And sometimes it increases to a point where it's unaffordable for you. That's why term is going to end. It's not necessarily ending because it's the end of the term. Most of the time, term end is because the price of the term is unaffordable. A lot of some terms can go to 95 years old, but will you be able to afford it at 95? So that's the purpose with term and some of the pros and cons. When you talk about the third type, which is accidental, self-explanatory. Accidental, you must die of an accident, something outside the body. And Insurance itself is the way of life, people. It's going to protect your family. People get insurance on almost everything. You have insurance on your car, your home, your cell phone. They even have insurance on your pet now. So why not have insurance on your life? People are going to die. That is a for sure. The only question we can't answer is when. It's a definite that we're going to die. That is the only sure thing in life. We will die. And no one knows when. So you have to be insured.
Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna get down into it, but just to start off the back, there's not many people that have a large saving account or a lot of extra money on hand because I've heard some people say, or a few people say, they don't do the insurance because they have enough money to take care of the bearer, like in the bank. But can you break that down to your experience of how many people actually is in that position?
I can't give you a number on that. That people are in the position to write a check to take care of the final expense of someone in case of their expiration. Um, there are people that can do that. But I ask you this, why would you use money that you have on hand in the bank savings to bury someone when you can pay a minimum amount each month and get over thousands and thousands worth of insurance that can take care of a person? Everything we do, we need to make it make sense. For instance, I have a $10,000 cushion in the bank. If one of my children, God forbid, dies today or tomorrow, I should be able to bury him, right?
Okay.
Well, let's say they don't die tomorrow. My car
Mm-hmm.
breaks down, uh, my appliance break down, my refrigerator, my stove, my pipes
Excuse me.
bust. I got to replace the toilet in the bathroom. I need to help my mom do this. My children need that. If you keep touching your savings and then they die, that cushion you have is not so much a cushion anymore. You have nothing to bury them with. Whereas you can take, depending on age, a minimum amount anywhere, I mean, 1 hour of your salary a week. We are 100% unionized company. We use a formula to tell you just how much insurance could be affordable for you.
Okay.
1 hour of your salary per week can take care of your insurance. Let's say you make $20 an hour. If your boss told you this week you're only going to work 39 hours, can you tell me that missing 1 hour of work in your paycheck is going to break the bank for you? You're still not going to be able to pay your house note or your utilities or your car note? No, you're missing 1 hour. So why
Okay.
not utilize that 1 hour to take care of life insurance? Look at it like that. That $20, $20 an hour per week. Okay. That's $20. You have 52 weeks in a year. So if you multiply $20 times 50, that's $1,040 you're paying a year. So your monthly insurance should cost you in the range between $85 and $90 a month.
Okay.
Think of it
Okay.
like, if you think of it like that, you cannot but say an hour of my pay a week to take care of my insurance need. That's not asking too much. That should be your cushion, not the savings in the bank that you can go touch. Because as life is, it's gonna be lifing. Something's going to happen. And it
Yeah.
happens, it's the unknown. Things happen. And you have to
Yeah.
take care of it immediately. So why not have that something save saving it up, pay that monthly bill, pay it. You're catching flights instead of billing. Catch a
Okay,
policy. We
sounds good.
have about, I can tell you exactly. We have Lashante Pines in Hammond, an agent. We have Lisa Pines Renee. She's an agent in Hammond. We have Stacy Scott Watson. She's an agent here, and myself that works for this company. We're growing bit by bit. Um, our upline, Ms. Azaga Hagabook, is working hard to help us grow here in Hammond, Louisiana area. It's just y'all, we got to stop GoFunding me and asking for money on Cash App. If you can ask people to give you a Cash App to bury a person, which is going to cost about, I don't know, the last person I buried was my mother, and that was 10 years, 11 years ago, and it was about 8,000. So if you can ask people to do that for you, then you can ask them to pay that monthly policy. And then you can pay them back when that person expires, because you'll have thousands in your pocket instead of just enough to bury them.
Okay, 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 and okay, I was riding with someone one day, and I thought it was very, very bad the remark that they made about insurance.
Mm-hmm.
Now they walking around here and said that they wasn't really worried about no insurance because insurance ain't for the person who died. Insurance for the people that's left living. As if he was not gonna pay no insurance because it was for the people that was gonna be back here living to use and to have. But just to think about, it's like he was nonchalant. He don't care if they do have to beg to bury him. Or you'll hear people say, like years ago, my husband used to say, just put me in a box. But
Mm-hmm.
we know you can't just put nobody in no box and put them in the ground when they die. You're leaving that headache and that heartache on somebody else when you don't have some type of insurance. Even though, we did have insurance and his philosophy was a little better later, but even my son one day he would say, "Well, whatever. I ain't worried about this right now. I got other things I got to worry about." But at the same time, it's gonna be a burden on somebody else because the next of kin of somebody, and then who wants to? Some people don't care if they just be thrown in the mall and just stay there or whatever. But we need to make people understand that you don't want that. It's not even about a funeral and about spending a whole lot of money on a funeral, but it's about lifting the burden off of the people that's left back here when you die. Because the way society is, you can't just throw you in a box. So what do you say about
Right.
to the people?
So,
What do you say to those people?
first thing you said was you were talking with this gentleman, and he said he's not going to get insurance because it's for the person who's living. That cannot be a family man. That could not have been a family man, because a family man is concerned if his wife and children can live without him. A family man is going to be a man and make sure that I'm not only going to leave enough money for my wife to bury me, I'm going to leave enough money for my wife to be able to receive my income for X amount of time, whether it's a year or 2 years, for her to be able to grieve properly and be able to still take care of my children as if I was here. See, people don't understand. Life insurance is not just for burying you, it's for taking care of the people you're leaving behind. For instance, a family man has a wife, one or two children. Both of them are underage, still in school. More likely than not, he's the breadwinner in his home. Even if he's not the breadwinner, he's bringing bread into the house. So when he dies, guess what else dies?
His
His,
income.
his income.
I, I'm a living witness.
His income is gone. No company is going to continue to pay you for your husband's work when your husband's not here to do the work. So in that case, why not have a policy in place that would take care of not just burying you, but my income for at least a year? It will take care of that for me. I can keep paying bills, and you could receive that in monthly payments. You don't have to get lump sums. You can receive it in monthly payments. That could be set up where when I die, you can get this money, this same 2,500 or $1,000 I bring home now. You can get that every month for 1 year because we took care of a policy to do that. That's why I say, first and foremost, that could not have been a family man that made that statement. You can't worry about who's going to be in the house when you're gone. Look, when you're dead, the dead buries the dead. You can't worry about who's going to take care or be with your family when you're gone. You got to worry about, am I leaving this woman in a good position? Am I leaving this husband in a good position? Am I leaving my children in a good position? Is she going to be able to take care of paying this house note? Or is she going to have to move, sell the house, or lose the house because I'm no longer here? That should be your mind thought. That should be your train of thought when it comes to your family. Take care of them. I got a policy. I got burial insurance. You hear that a lot. But people, you need more than burial insurance. Yes, it's great to have enough insurance to bury you. That takes a big burden off everybody's shoulder because when somebody died, it is grieving. It's nothing but grieving going on. People grieve different when they family die uninsured. I know it for a fact. Not because it happened to me, because I've helped people through it. People grieve different when they family member die with no insurance. Period. It happens differently. And when you say put me in a box, oh God, how I wish it was that easy sometimes to just put people in boxes. When you put them in the box, then what? Where the box gonna go? Think about that while you're saying, just throw me to the side or I ain't worried about it. You should never leave the grief of taking care of your final expense on nobody. Everybody should have the mind thought, the train of thought that if I die tonight, if I don't wake up tomorrow, what would my family do? What would my
Right.
family do? Whether you're single, married, with children, somebody has to take care of that final say so. What would they do? And get your business in order. My company doesn't just sell life insurance. We offer you will kits at no cost. Sit down with us, talk to us. Will kits, child safety kits, uh, discount cards, AIL
Oh,
Plus family guides. These are devices that teaches you and tell you what happens when you die. Have your business in order. Don't just have insurance, but have it in order. What happens if I die? Is all my children gonna be fighting over this little house? Who gonna get this? Who gonna get that? You know, that's what most people think about. What can I get when somebody dies? We have we have all the tools to put it in order for you where you can have it all written out, get it notarized, no cost. We give you the kits, no cost. Sit down with us. We're going to talk life insurance. We're going to make sure you have everything you need. So when you hear people talk about they don't need life insurance, they ain't worried about life insurance, those are people that are not responsible. They're just not responsible because responsible people do responsible things. Adults do adult things. Take care of your family. Make
right,
sure your
right.
family has what they need and everything is in order.
So,
That
so what I'm hearing, Deborah, also, because one of the people I know that said, they didn't do the insurance right now. Um, their husband is deceased and their only child is deceased. So I understood that particular person that has enough money for a barrel, not too much worried about leaving anything. But you made some great points about insurance. When we're selling this type of insurance, the focus is on people who need to have a plan for their loved ones that they are leaving behind. Because said like when my husband, I'm getting to that age now, if I'm not remarried, that I can get a little help. But before then, like you said, all of a sudden he was gone and I had an insurance, but I should have had a better insurance, as my uncle told me. Any woman that's under 50 that's married should have her husband or spouse in at least $100,000 worth of insurance. Really, seriously, should have them in at least 100,000 insurance, especially if their home is not paid for, especially if they still need work on the house, especially if that is their sole breadwinner. So I go a lot. You really said something earlier. You said a whole lot earlier, and that's why it's so important. And I know you're going to talk about that in a minute about trying to get insurance at 20, even if you're not married yet and you're planning on marrying later and you're a gentleman or a young man. It's best for you to go ahead and get about 60, 70,000 right now. That's your whole insurance because you'll tell them after a while about how the prices may change or whatever. But I think it is so important that we're having this conversation. And the young people, like I have a grandson, I was doing a policy for him, and I wanted him to pay it, but you know how that goes. And he wasn't worried about it, but he needed to worry about it because he's getting older and it got a little expensive for me. But he's getting older, so it's gonna go up and up and up. So can you help them out on that to really explain how it is important? I mean, we want everybody to get insurance, but we definitely want young people to know how important it is to start early.
The younger, the better. When you're young, you don't have predominantly young people don't have high blood pressure, diabetes, heart conditions, different things that start to affect us as we get older and we're not eating right and exercising and taking care of ourselves. If you get life insurance in your younger years, of course you pay less. It's cheaper. Age, there's three determinations for life insurance: your age, your health, and your habits. Are you a smoker? Do you use drugs? Have you been arrested for DUIs? Are you
Excuse
anonymous?
me.
Alcoholic anonymous? Have you been you everything you do determines your life insurance. That's your habits, your age. You want to get your children insurance. I know we say, oh, they grown, they can pay their own insurance. I tell you what, mom, I tell you what, dad, get them a policy to ease your mind, because what happens when they die, I don't know too many people that call other folks when their children die. They call the parents. So even though you felt like they were grown when they were alive, or they are grown and should do it themselves, and I agree 100%, but you better do it. You better get it for them, just in case their grown self don't do it, because at the end of the day you're going to be liable. If it's not legally liable, but you're going to be liable because that's your child, that's your
Well, I
grown.
know.
I tell people, if you feel like you're going to have to help bury anybody, get them a policy. If you can afford it, get them a policy. You know your sister, your brother's not responsible, get them a policy. You don't have to get them a gigantic policy. You want to get something to keep from putting a strain on your life, because at the end of the day, if if God forbid one of I thank God mine are responsible. But if my brother died tomorrow, I don't want my family calling me saying, Deborah, we need $2,000. No, I preach insurance in my family. I'm no preacher. I preach insurance around my friends. I preach insurance on Facebook. I preach insurance everywhere I go. You don't want to talk to me, that's fine, because we're gonna talk insurance before I leave. It because I want you to know that this is very important. This is what I do. We need to all have life insurance, period. Cover your, and if you're able to, if you're responsible enough, if you make enough money, cover the house. If your balance is 80,000, get a policy for 80,000 to cover your house. If you're, and we could use term insurance for that. As I spoke, term insurance, it's going to be for a term, so it's the house note. Most people get 30-year terms, 30-year house notes, 30-year term.
Excuse me.
Something to cover. Even if you don't get it for the whole 30 years, get something. If you expire early, hey, you got something in place. You want to have whole life because you're going to get older and you're not going to qualify and you're going to pay more. The older you get, the more you pay. In the life insurance industry with my company, you are a senior once you turn 60. Now, how that feels? You just turned 60, didn't you, Renee?
About to turn it in a couple weeks.
April the 1st. April the 1st, you'll be 60. You're
Yep.
considered a senior in the life insurance world. In our company, you're graded now. You're what they call graded. That means you're 60. I write you a policy. The first year, it only pays 25%. The second year is going to pay 50%. The third year is 75%. So you got to live 4 years for that policy to pay in full. So
Right.
no, don't go with
Deborah,
that
stop
life
right there.
insurance. I
Deborah, stop right there. That is important to you all for all the insurance policies and talking with Deborah and talking with her constituents. They are going to break all this down to you. They're not just going to throw you something so you can know. And that's why urgent. It's urgent with her that people get insurance because you heard her say that at my age, if I get one, what they're looking at, I'm 60 already. I'm a senior. I won't be paid much in, so they can't cover the whole policy for the first year because they're gonna lose for one. You know,
right.
they're not really gonna use, but you understand what I'm saying. But that's their mindset that they're gonna use because the expenses of me living over those 4 years, they'll have to pay all that money out, but I won't be unpaid much in, and it'll be pulling from somebody else. So, and that's why I was saying earlier, it's so important that the younger you are. Not saying that we don't want me to get insurance and we don't want you to get insurance if you're a certain age, because any insurance beats none at all. Any insurance
Yes,
beats none at all. But
it's pre.
yeah, yeah, none at all. But if you are young, or if you're in your 30s, if you're in your 20s, if you're in your 40s, before you get to that senior age, try to check into that and see what you can get now. Deborah, if a person is 40, do they have that 25% as well the first
No,
year?
it starts at the age of 60. That starts at the
Okay.
age of 60. If I write a 45-year-old a policy today, they pay their policy. They get a conditional receipt that states, as long as you told the truth on this policy, you're covered. From day one, you're covered.
So if you write, if there's a 40-year-old person and you write a $40,000 policy, uh, if they told the truth for everything, and when their examination come out and there's no record of anything that caused the death, that means that if they die in a week or two, they will get full benefits.
They get paid.
Or
They get paid. The entire 40,000 goes to the beneficiary. We
There's no
the,
2 years, no year grace period or nothing like that.
you're speaking of a contestability period. All insurances have a contestability period. Keep in mind, people, contestability means they're contesting something. If there's nothing to contest, there's no reason not to pay. So
Okay.
I write Renee a policy. She's not 60 yet. I write Renee this policy. God forbid, I don't know Renee. So I work virtually. I talk to union members all over the US. I'm licensed in 14 states. I don't know most of these people. I'm following a card that I received to call them because they want insurance. And this person, and their name is Zena Washington. And I called Zena and I set up an appointment and I contact Zena and we're sitting on Zoom and I'm asking her the medical questions. Zena, have you had in the last 5 years a heart attack, stroke, been arrested, DUI, for any of that, high blood pressure, seizures, whatever? And she tell me no to everything. I don't know Renee. I'm going with what she says. On that application, it has a stated document. I have told the truth to the best of my ability of all the questions asked of me. Yes or no. We click yes because Renee said yes. She signed it. I signed it. We sent it to the underwriting. Underwriting go over her application. It's done. It's done. They didn't require an exam. They didn't ask her for an exam. She wrote the $40,000 policy. They didn't ask her for an exam. Get a conditional receipt. Renee died 3 weeks later of a massive heart attack. And our company, when she died, of course, it's been 3 weeks. We're going to look into her records and see cause of death, heart attack. Her doctor will be contacted. It will be asked, have she had any heart trouble? Has she had any previous heart attacks? People, insurance is to protect you, but insurance is not stupid either. Let's be reasonable. It is a money-making business, but it pays to have it, period. You can't expect a company to give you something on a lie. 3 weeks later, she passed away from a heart attack, and she's never had any heart trouble. Her medical records show she's always had an exam each year, and everything is fine with her. She had a heart attack. Who knows why? The policy pays. She doesn't have history of heart trouble. She doesn't have history of heart attacks. So it pays. But vice versa, if she have had a heart attack in 2020 and she had another one in 2021, but she didn't tell the agent and she just lied. Pretty much she lied on the application. And she said she was telling the truth and she lied. Well, of course the policy is not going to pay. But that's normal. It's a contestability period. In 2 years. If everything you told the truth, it'll pay. But after 2 years, it pays regardless.
Oh, I was just about to ask you that. I was about to ask you, even if they didn't say that or something, and if it was after 3 or 4 years, they still would pay.
It pays
Right.
regardless. It pays
Okay.
regardless. That
Okay.
falls on the company. You had 2 years, you could have looked in the record and seen. But we write millions of policies a day. Keep
Okay.
in mind, we
Okay.
write millions of policies a day. So yeah, after
Okay.
2 years,
That's
it pays. My company, American Income Life, Globe Life, after 2 years, it pays regardless. It pays. Suicide after 2 years, it pays.
okay. So after 2 years, if somebody
My,
commits suicide, your company.
my,
Okay. We're talking
my
about. Tell them the name of the
Globe,
company again, Deborah.
Globe Life / American Income Life. Yes.
All right, that's very important. And we thank God for all those who have shared the video. We have several people out there who have shared the video. They go shout out to each of you for sharing the video. Miss Angela Bazoo, we thank you. We thank you so much. Vicky Jones, we thank you. And there's several people actually watching as well, Deborah. So we want to make this stuff very clear, and we want you to let them know all of the details there. And then we know that some are going to reach out to you. And before you get off, you're going to give them that information how to reach out to you to be able to sit down with you and talk about policies and talk about, the same thing that you're telling me, but in a little bit more one-on-one. Because I know you also, you're an agent, correct?
I am.
Okay. And
I'm
even
an
being an
agent.
agent, huh?
Yes, ma'am. I'm an agent.
Okay, but even being an agent, if anybody is interested in working with your company, they can fall under your umbrella to also help to draw people in to make sure people, because that's what I'm more concerned about. I'm more concerned about making sure people are insured because, like you said, all the GoFundMes and all the people having to stay in the market for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and um taking up the space in the funeral homes and everywhere because no one has insurance. And the thing about it, it's been tough for me to pay insurance, but I think people are getting to the point where they feel this, and people don't mind giving, and people don't mind helping, but it's a struggle. I got to put some money in the bank this week to make sure my insurance is covered. And it's a struggle for anybody to pay insurance, not just, people say, well, I can't afford the insurance. I can't afford it either, but I pay it. You know what I'm
Excuse
saying?
me,
It's something else I would
excuse me,
go.
right there. I want you to stop right there for me, sister. When people tell me they can't afford insurance, I always ask them a few questions. And one of my biggest pet peeves is cable, because I see how much cable costs these days. Cable is very expensive. Um, because if you get the basic plan at $39.99, and I'm just throwing something out there, people. If you get the basic plan, you're not gonna get the channels that you really want. So we pay for. You don't have to pay for Tubi. I think you don't have to pay for it, but you pay to stream on Netflix, and you play the screen because you want to get Amazon TV. You pay to get the different BET Plus and different things that these shows are on. You pay to get these things. And if you can pay them every month, you can pay insurance. All of us have a habit. Check your habit. I don't know no one's habit, and I'm not here to put down on anybody's habit, but all of us have a habit. Mine was shopping. Every time you look up, I'm shopping. If you stop shopping, Deborah, you can pay your insurance. Everybody got a habit. Take the time to 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 take your money and put it in the right place. It's time to get responsible, people. Because she said earlier, don't nobody mind helping. Don't put me in the boat with her. I mind. I have to pay my policy every month. I pay $250 a month for life insurance to make sure that my children, grandchildren are covered. Do they give me the money back? Yeah, sometimes. But the bottom line is I pay. I have to pay. I don't want to be the parent to get that call that one of my children's been in an accident and they're dead. But we don't know what God's plan is and when he's going to take us. And that's the unknown. That's right there. That's the unknown. You get car insurance as soon as you buy the car. You get car insurance. You know why? One reason why is because the state required it. Well, I've heard some states don't require it, but you should have car insurance, right? Because you want to protect your car. Car get broke down, you want to fix it. but your life get broken out and broke down, you're okay with it. Make it make sense, people. Time out for us letting things like this stop us. Percy McCray, how much do a cigarette cost? I don't. That's a great Percy. Come with it. That's a great question because they buy them, and I don't care how much they go up. They buy them. Cigarettes, and I know they used to cost 95 cents. You know how I know? My stepfather used to smoke, and I would walk up to J.W. Davis' store and get him cigarettes.
Excuse me.
That's when they used to let kids buy cigarettes because in our day, we knew not to put a cigarette in our mouth because mama knocked our teeth down our throat. Now you have to be a certain age to buy cigarettes. I used to buy cigarettes, and now I think they're about $9 a pack. I don't even know because I don't smoke, and I don't be around smokers. So I don't know. I know they're high. I know they're high. So if you could take $9, and I don't think it'd take a week to smoke a pack of cigarettes because it's only, well, it used to be 20 in there. I don't know what it is now. So if you can buy cigarettes, you darn sure can buy some insurance. Don't tell me what you can't afford. And cigarettes not good for your health. And it's going to make your insurance cost more. So that's a good reason to quit it. That's a good reason. It's going to make your insurance cost more. You're a smoker. Smoker gets sick. They get disease, lung disease, and different stuff, even though they push it out on other people more than they do themselves. But still, you're punished. You're punished for smoking to get a policy. Come on. People, let's do this. You don't have to without life insurance. If you need to start and you call me and you say, Deborah, I can't afford but $40 a month. I'm going to listen to you. I'm actually, and I'm not going to tell you, I'm just going to say, okay, no. I'm going to ask you a few questions. We're going to go down the line with a few things, and we might find more than that. But if at the end of the day, it's all you can afford is $40, I have a screen I'm going to put up. We're on Zoom. I share my screen, and I put that $40 in there, and I tell you this is what you can get. Now, I need you to come back and see me when you can do better. Because if you're over 30, and definitely over 40, $40 is not going to give you too much. Percy, what was that next question? It popped on, but it went off. I don't trust GoFundMe. I didn't read the rest, Renee. I don't know.
Okay, it's supposed to stay until I take it down, but it be popping down. But it's supposed to stay up there until I take it down.
Well, it's not that I don't trust GoFundMe. I just don't GoFundMe.
Well, person, what she's saying, she been there and done that. But actually, when she got into insurance and tried to get people to actually do what they needed to do, they won't do it. So she just said that she's not going to be the one to do it. She was telling us the other day, she said, because I'm a friend and because I'm part family, I'll come and I'll cook and I'll help serve, but don't ask me for no money because we are giving, we're letting the people know about the insurance right now. So she's just like,
GoFundMe don't find us. And one of my constituents, Lisa Renee, and I can't quote verbatim what she said. All right, Mr. McCray. Mr. McCray, you need to talk to me. You might want to come over and make some bigger money with me. But Lisa made the statement. She say, yeah, I'm going to promote my business on Facebook. This is what I do. Please, people, please understand. I will support anybody. I will buy raffle tickets. I will for the things that they give. I especially love some of these social clubs here, community wise, where they have the Easter basket they give away. They do school supplies. They do. I tell them personally, call me every time. See that? I'm all in. I'm all in. You giving back to your community, your people. I'm all in. But I have begged you to get life insurance. Look at my Facebook page. I begged, and I'm gonna keep begging too, y'all. This is my business. I'm not going nowhere. I'm. This is it. I'm gonna keep begging you. I'm gonna keep saying it a different way. I'm gonna keep doing it to make you understand that this is for your family. This is for your family. And trust me, I'm looking for partners, Mr. McCray. I'm looking for partners. I'm looking for people who want to be an entrepreneur. I'm looking for people who want to work from home. All you need is a computer and a cell phone. You're working from home.
Well, Miss McCray is Pastor Bishop McCray out of Kenner, Louisiana. He worked with Richardson Funeral Home. I don't know if he still work with them or not. And I know some of the funeral homes do insurance, but I know that he formerly used to work. I don't know if he still work with them, but he used to work with Richardson Funeral Home. But his church is located in Kenner, and you're right. Maybe you all, Pastor McCray, she didn't. He said no, ma'am. He don't work with them anymore. But Deborah, you gave the telephone number, but I need to put it in these.
My stuff that I type, everybody can see it.
Okay, yeah. If you type it in these comments, they can. Do you see no, they can't see what you did in the private, but we have a comment section.
Let me apologize. Let me apologize, y'all. I was on, my thing was set on private chat. I don't know why. So I couldn't see nothing y'all were typing. I apologize, but let me go back up.
So your telephone number is 404 what?
106.9.
But Deborah, your telephone number is 404
now.
Okay, go ahead.
404-402-5305.
Okay, well, if you type it, go ahead. Go ahead on type it. Okay.
It's not
okay. Now
it's on the chat. I gotta connect
you should
the YouTube account to join the live.
Oh, never mind. YouTube, never mind, because you're trying to do it on YouTube. If you go on your phone and go to your Facebook and go to my page, you can do it. But you would have to go pull your phone up and pull your Facebook up and then go on there. Okay, Pastor McCray said now he's with the Montreal area. He's not with Richardson anyway anymore.
Of Luland, Louisiana. Oh, okay.
Okay, all right. So that's who he's with now. But anyway, but yeah, so Deborah, all the stuff that you're saying is great, and I hope people take heed. And I mean, because like I said, as you were saying earlier, and as he said about the cigarettes, and I tell you, it's something with the life insurance, and like you said, you're paying 200 and something, and I was paying a good bit, close to the same thing. But them weren't necessarily my children, but I take care of my children, but like you said, grandchildren too. You have to do it. You have to make sure they're insured, because if something happens, you're gonna be responsible, or you and your family is gonna be responsible. And if one, I mean, it's almost like a light bill, really, when it comes to life insurance. And like you said, some people gonna get good policies so they can be able to take care of their family. They're gonna be able to, for their family to be able to.
I need you to compare it to something much stronger. See, light bills. If you cut me off today, I can get the money to get up and get back on. I can get back on next week. When it comes to life insurance, once you die, ain't no.
No.
Yeah, you got to be put somewhere, and the plot and the digging of the grave, the headstone, the casket, everything costs. Everything costs.
And a lot of people used to run to cremating, but cremating costs now.
They went up. They got smart. It's y'all, it's just like anything else. When stuff sell, you notice the price always go up on it.
That's true. That's
Funeral
true.
home, funeral homes would never lose business. People people always die. Just like people being hospitals and funeral homes. Hospitals and funeral homes. They getting born and they die.
He says better to his saying is
Have it and
his
not need it than to need it and not have it. Come on now. That's and
right.
you know what? What bothers me more than anything, they're about that $1,100 cell phone. Put it on a monthly payment on their cell phone bill. $30, $40, whatever it is a month. And then got the audacity to buy insurance on it. But don't have life insurance. Call
Yes.
AT&T, Verizon, call AT&T, Verizon, Mobile, whatever them people are, when your family member died, and ask them, can they help donate for the burial? None of them gonna come through for you. None of them.
No,
But you
that's right.
supporting these companies. You cable. It's a luxury. I don't care what y'all say. It's a luxury. Cable is a luxury. Um, we all need water, lights, gas. We got to have the utilities. After that, it's affordability. And if you can't afford to pay life insurance, you can't afford to do the rest of that stuff. Get your get your stuff in order. Get your stuff in order. And you may not be that person that can pay $150 a month, even though you may need it. Get your business in order. You have children under 18, get them their own policy. So they'll have a whole life policy under the age of 18, paying under $20 a month. They'll have up to $50,000 that can pay off if they died of an accident. And they're guaranteed insurable. We're the only company that offers guaranteed insurable insurance. Guaranteed insurable means anybody from the age of 2 weeks old, that's when you start getting life insurance on a person, 2 weeks old, all the way to, you can be guaranteed insured all the way up to age 36, but it's up to you turn 40. So let's imagine Renee has a grandbaby that's 5. She get a policy on him and he pay X amount of dollars a month. He's guaranteed insured. Now, that stays his policy amount as long as they pay the policy until the end of time. Insurance is never going to outpay itself, guys. Don't get worried about, I've been paying this $10.12 for 20 years. Well, multiply $10.12 times 12. I mean, what, $120? That's what you paid, $121 a year. Your grandson is 5. Let's just say 40 years later, he's 45, and he's only paid $4,850, $4,850, but it's still worth $25,000 natural, $50,000 if he died of an accident. It still hasn't changed. The value's still there. Still there while you trying to put a savings on the side in case somebody die.
And I
It
like when
don't
you
work.
said that. But I like when you said that too, Deborah, because when we talk about the savings, okay, like you said, if you're paying that $12 or whatever, $20, whatever you say it was, and that's 120 something. I'm live, baby. You need to go outside because we can hear you. But anyway, I'm trying to get. I'm live. Please go outside. I'm live. It's going all over the world. Okay. But anyway, Deborah. Anyway, as I was saying, you're right. That's savings right there. Like I said, that's savings. That's savings. And you're gonna have double the savings or triple the savings if you
How
have a
you gonna
25.
miss? How you gonna miss? How you gonna miss that money? You just have to get yourself aligned with what time of the month you needed to come out of your bank account. You're not gonna miss it, people. I'm telling you, you're not gonna miss it. You're not
But
going.
what I like about that, Deborah, like you said, because by the time they get 40, that's important to me because even when I was doing that insurance on my grandkids, their mom, they were riders on their mother, but at the same time, one of them got one more year as that rider, and so they need to have their own policy for when they turn 25 and older. Even if I have to pay it, you still need to have a separate policy because then it goes up a notch when they turn 25, which you still need to have it regardless of how much it costs. But I'm just saying that the younger you get it, as you're saying, so we're saying to the people that's out there now, I am pleading with you and telling you that we want you to talk to Deborah because she's here giving you this information, or either me because I may be coming on with the company. And then she says she has some more agents, but she wants you to talk to one of her agents and get this insurance and get it early on. Now, if you done got older, still get it because it will still relieve the pressure off of somebody else. Even if your insurance is costing 50 a month, still, since you done got a certain age, that's why it's 50 a month. But still, that's a savings. That you just look at that as a savings.
It's a
You
saving.
look,
I want to
you look
correct
at
you on one thing, Renee. You mentioned about a child rider. Well, I want to just touch bases on it, a child rider. When I was talking about this 25 and 50 double if they pass, this was their own policy. But as a child rider with our company, that child would get 10,000. You can put a child rider on your child that can ride on your policy up to age 18. They can ride on your policy when you first putting them on. Now, with our company, they fall off at 21.
oh, not 25. Okay.
Fall off at 21 and they have to get their own policy. But the thing about our company that just impresses me, it's so much impresses me, but this really impresses me about the life insurance with children as riders. God forbid you have a child riding on your policy, and this child's been on your policy since they were 6 or 7. We're just going to use it as an example, 6 or 7, and you pass away. The parent passed away, and she has 3 children on her rider: a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 7-year-old. They continue with that $10,000 policy until they're turned 21, and the parent, the grandparent, or the person that's going to be responsible for raising that child from those age doesn't have to pay a dime.
Yeah, I like that.
They don't have to
That
pay a dime. And
that's what it was with my son when my husband passed until he was 25. Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
they don't have to pay a dime. Now, when they turn 21, parent living or dead, when they turn 21, they're guaranteed insurable, meaning children do get cancer. We got a whole St. Jude Center for people, children with cancer. Children do get sick. You have children that has diabetes. You have children that have, it's born with diabetes. You have children that have high blood pressure, obesity. So if God forbid that child is a rider on their mother or father policy and they turn 21, is now it's time to get their own policy. They're guaranteed to get 5 times that amount with no proof of insurability, which means that they're not going to fall into a 2-year contestability because it doesn't matter if they have cancer, if they have high blood pressure, diabetes, they're still guaranteed insurable up to $50,000 of whole life insurance.
Okay. Okay.
Guaranteed.
That that sounds really great. Uh Deborah, you told us how many types of insurances there were, and
3.
yeah, you told us that you had something about the family would need. Okay, so you said that there are three types of insurance, and that's a two-part. So, what is the two-part when you're talking about how many types of insurance it is? I heard you said that two different kinds. Well, you said something about the I heard when you said about the three different parts. But anyway, let's get to this. I'll come back to that. How do a person know which company has the best prices? How does
Well,
how can
that
you
is a
tell?
great question. That's a great question. You hear that all the time. Well, we're gonna check around. Well, we're gonna shop around. People, let me tell you something. Life insurance is not like going to Aberson as opposed to it pretty much is like going to Aberson as opposed to going to Walmart. You're going to pay around the same price with whatever company you get. It'll be like a $5 to $10, $15 range. You gonna what you need to be checking out and depending on is the company paying the policy when you need it. When your family died, do your family get the money? That's
Okay,
what's
that's deep right there. That's
that's
deep. So what you telling us?
what I'm telling you is, and I personally don't know anybody that didn't get their money other than one client I had in Georgia when I was living in Georgia. She had a policy and she didn't get paid for the policy. They told
Excuse me.
her for whatever reason she didn't have it long enough, and because of the way her son died, well, her son got killed in a hotel room. Well, you may not know this, but there are billions of dollars of life insurance just sitting out there. People haven't claimed simply because they don't know. Most of them don't even know their family left this or family had insurance and they just don't know it. They don't know it, and unfortunately, the company's not picking up the phone, looking through Facebook or Instagram or the phone book trying
I
to
believe
find
that
them.
too.
They're not trying to
I
find
believe
nobody.
that.
It's a known fact. It's millions of dollars of life insurance unclaimed.
Excuse me.
It's out there. So when you talk about price, are you going to be able to find your agent when your sister, brother, your mama, daddy, or child die? Are you going to be able to find the company? You need to know um, what you're getting, who you're getting it from, your customer service. What are you being offered with this? Um, and that's very important because insurance itself is not going to be outrageously different from ABC company, CDL company, and Globe Life AIL. It's just not going to be much of a difference. It's not going to be much of a difference. But savings is savings. And I've beat quite a few companies' prices since I've been back in Louisiana. But savings is savings. A dollar saved is a dollar earned. And I believe that.
Well,
But
well,
I can't tell
yeah.
you the prices of every company as opposed to our price. What I can tell you is, uh, I mean, look for yourself. I'm gonna put the site on for you, where you can go and see exactly. Um, you can see the ratings, the comments with our company. Um, you should. I think everybody should do that.
And okay, Deborah, when you do your meetings with your people, um, what are some of the things that you discuss with them to be able to determine what type of insurance, how much insurance that individual family should be looking at getting? Because I
Well,
know it's probably different. It's different if you have a 25-year-old husband and a 23-year-old wife and children at 2 years old and stuff like that. Now,
that's what
do you recommend that? Do you recommend that? those whose children are rider, because I recommend that they still have a separate policy for their 3-year-old and 2-year-old. But do you recommend that? Because see, okay, so say they do have a policy for the individual kids as well as have them as a rider. The company will pay off them as a rider $10,000. Also would pay off if they have a $25,000 policy, correct?
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
And whether your child is a rider on your policy or whether your child has their own individual policy, now that's going to go into your money, how much you can
Yeah.
afford to spend. Once again, always go back to our power. Our power is our name when it comes to looking at what people can afford. Our power determines who's that hour you make, what you make an hour. Use that as a baseline. Some people do the 2 hours. When you start adding family in, you have to. Kids, you got more than 2 and 3 kids. You got a wife. You have you have a lot to protect. I got to protect my home. I got to protect my income for me and my wife. Because believe it or not, you have some boss ladies in this world now. So they're the breadwinner. You think the husband want her to die and he not get her income? Because he been living with that income and his as a combination. It hasn't just been just him. It's been her and him.
Well, I'm
So
gonna tell you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
so you want to protect the family as a whole. When it comes to the children, you determine that as far as your affordability when you use your hour power and see just how much you can bear. And,
Well,
and
see,
look, they
I,
thank
I'm
God
I'm
bear.
I'm so taken on the fact that when the kids are young, if they have no health problems, especially if maybe you have them as a rider, but I think between the ages of 10 and 20, you need to seriously consider getting them their own policy.
That's a good
Cause
thing though.
okay, if they 2 years old, how much can a 2-year-old policy cost? I mean, I'm just saying, if you go ahead on, or do they offer do they offer 25,000 for a 2-year-old?
Yeah, I told you from 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Two
So
weeks.
personally, like I said, you do have to look at your income, but in order to get that insurance locked in for life, a whole life policy. Okay, I know you said term. So with that whole life policy, if I have a 5-year-old and I get a whole life policy for 10,020, if I'm just really getting it for barrel, so I might just get a 10,000. Also, probably will they automatically? Okay, tell me this: if their parents are covered, all they have to do is give you the names of the children, and they automatically cover. Correct?
That's correct. Name, date of birth, height, and weight.
Okay. So this is my take on it. That's fine and dandy because some companies are 25. Your company is 21. So since at 21 they are gonna come off, I strongly recommend that parents ensure that 2-year old or that 2-week old, maybe not 25,000, but at least 10,000. And like you said, if their income change, maybe rise it up to 25, even 50,000. Because that price is gonna stay this. Well, ask me. Okay, I might be going too far. Does that price stay the same until they're 100 years old?
If they live, it does not change. It does not change. Whole life
See, that's what
is
I'm
just
looking
that.
at.
That is the benefit of whole life. It's permanent. It locks
Right.
the cost in permanently. Permanently. I'm still paying $8.66 for a policy I've gotten for Whitney when she was 5 years old.
Right. And
Eight
so
dollars
but
and sixty cents. She's
I
33.
strongly recommend that if you can pay $8, not a lot of money. That's a hamburger. No, no, you can't even get a Happy Meal. You can't even get a
Nope,
Happy Meal for
not
$8.
no
And
more. $10.
we buy them every week. I buy them sometimes because I can't afford all the time to buy the number five. So I get the Happy Meal, especially at Cane's. I'll get them two. I'll get those two tenders at Cane's. So we're getting them Happy Meals all the time, all day long. This is my take. And when I'm in position, I'm gonna always do that. But I strongly recommend that parents, grandparents, or whoever, like you say, you have to look at your finances. But I strongly recommend that they, excuse me, position these young people into getting insurance, and also, because see, like you said, if something happened to that parent, uh, who gonna pay the insurance? So they got to be taught and learn and program how important insurance is. And I recommend that a parent would get the 2 year old or the 1 year old, because you said 2 weeks. So maybe not 2 weeks, maybe you want them to ride on you for a while because of your income. But I recommend that we be trying to get our income. And you know, I'm gonna get on you. I recommend that we go DoorDash a couple of hours to pay that insurance for that child or whatever, because that'll be an extra $50 that you can get. You can do it one day for 4 hours and get $50. So to make sure you can pay that child's policy, and then really educate that child that you have this policy and this is a lifetime policy, that they'll be able, even when they're grown, they'll still be paying this $20 or this $30 on throughout their life, and they'll have something for their kids, and also for to put them away. And it's just a saving. It's a saving. It's a saving. So that's just my take. I don't mean to mess up your interview because we get the information from you, but
Well, I
that's
mean,
my take.
it is a person by person. Everybody we sit down with is seen separately. So everybody has different wants and different needs. We realize that. So with that being said, what's going to work for Renee is not going to work for Percy. So every time we sit down, we go over
Excuse
and
me.
analyze your situation. Our main goal, our end result is to make sure we take care of you financially on the insurance side, that we can make sure you are covered, that your family can breathe. When your family member die, you can get that one good news with your family member gone that will say, she had insurance. He had insurance. Because if you can't get that and you're already grieving and crying, you're going to get a tight pull in your heart. Because really now the pain has gotten real. You're not just dealing with death, you're dealing with grief, the death, the grief of the death, and the financial hit of the death. It's hard to grieve broke. Because if you're broke and you're grieving, it's hard. It's just hard to grieve broke. Please believe me when I tell y'all. You people ask, well, I got insurance through my job. I'm just gonna keep my job insurance. Great, great. I love it. I love a company that thinks enough of you to offer you life insurance in addition to medical, dental, health. That's great. Keep it though. And you got to keep that job forever because you're a part of an organization that is a group policy. That's why you wonder why, if you pay anything, it's only like $6 every paycheck or $10 every paycheck, because it's a group policy. They have the whole company in that group. But if you leave, you get fired, you retire, most companies don't pay your insurance when you're gone. You may still be able to keep the insurance through the company, but guess what? Now you finna pay that price that you would have paid outside from the beginning, way back when, if you'd have got it when you was young. Most of us return at 62 to 65. Now you're a senior. You might have high blood pressure, diabetes. Who knows what's going on in your life? So now you
Okay,
gotta pay insurance, like you already gonna get 25, 50, 75, 100% payment in a 4-year plan. But now you're not paying the regular senior rate. You're gonna pay the senior diabetic rate, or the senior high blood pressure diabetic rate, or the senior heart trouble rate. Every condition has another rate to it because you're a risk. You're a risk.
Excuse me.
People ask me, "Oh, my sister, she had a light stroke 4 months ago. Can we get her insurance?" You want insurance now because you're afraid. Because that light stroke can turn into a massive stroke next time. But you guys, it's a risk. Insurance is a risk. When they write your insurance policy for your phone, it's a risk. You drop that phone, you're going to bring it back to that company and get another one. They got to give it to you because you had insurance on it. You drop too many, they're going to stop letting you have insurance. It's just like car insurance. Have you ever, like me, had so many wrecks to nobody don't want to carry you on the insurance policy, but the law is somebody got to carry. So they're just going to charge you more. They're going to charge you more. You're not that much older than me, Renee. You get your car insurance for $189 a month and got the same policy I got with the same company, and I'm paying $350. Why? Because I'm a risk. I've proven that I can wreck a car. You
Girl, mine's on that though. Mine's up there now. Okay, let's see, Percy. Pastor McCray, got something else to say. Oh, sure.
It is. I got what he said. It is an important bill, and it will help you in the long run. Percy, I love your mentality. I love your thought process. It is I'm telling you, if you want to look at it as a bill, anything you pay is a bill. But this bill here has returns. I don't care how many light bills you pay, they ain't giving you nothing back. I don't care how many gas, water, car notes you pay, you ain't getting nothing back for that. You got it already, as far as they're concerned. So why not make life insurance important as the same? Think of it as a bill. Put it in your budget. That's why we use our power. We use it in the budget. We put it in the budget to make sure that people can afford it. If you tell me, Renee, that you make $22 an hour and your house note is $1,500 and your utilities monthly is about $450, I'm putting that all into the calculator. I have a simulator. It's adding all that up. It's telling you you got X amount of dollars left that you should utilize for life insurance. If you go over that, overextended yourself, you should use this amount to pay your life insurance. It's never failed. I'm telling you. I play with the calculator all the time. It never failed.
Okay, so what you're saying, y'all have a formula, and if a person actually talks to you and let you know what their finances are, more likely you're not gonna recommend that they do $100,000 for 150 or 100 or 200 a month if their income don't have at least 300 to spare for
If it don't support it,
their
if it
household.
does not support it, it's a suggestion. You can do what you want. We overextend ourselves all the time. You go buy a Lexus when you know you should have got a Toyota. We overextend ourselves all the time. But the system is going to give you exactly what it should. It's a suggestion. It's letting you know with this calculation, you could pay $150. Let's break down what that is because we're going to make sure you don't have permanent insurance in that equation because you need permanent insurance because at some point you're going to get old and at some point you're going to die. So You own a home. Let's put that mortgage protection in there. Let's put it in there. I didn't say mortgage insurance, people. I said mortgage protection. Mortgage insurance is what you buy when you buy your house. The reason you're going to always have mortgage insurance is because you owe a mortgage. That company is not taking a chance that you're going to take care of this house and you're not going to burn it down, or you're not going to, I mean, storms come. If you're anywhere near the South, you know that hurricanes happen, trees fall in the houses all the time. So that's a whole nother thing. That's mortgage insurance. Mortgage protection is going to go to your husband or your wife. Mortgage insurance is going to go to that company that took over your loan that you're paying every month. They're going to make sure that's what mortgage insurance do. It's protecting the company that's taking care of this.
Okay, so the mortgage, okay, you said mortgage insurance, then mortgage protection. Okay, mortgage protection, that is something outside of the insurance that you all sell, that you sell,
no.
That's outside of the life insurance.
That is insurance to protect your interest. Your interest is the house for your family. We have mortgage protection. Okay. It is an insurance policy that is written that would take care of the, okay, we got 30-year loans. If you ain't been in the house 30 years, not too many people paid 2 house notes a month to cut it into 15. Not too many people. I'm not saying nobody didn't, but not too many people did that. So therefore, you've been in the house 10 years, you have 20 years left on the home. Get a mortgage protection that is 20 years long. You can do the 20-year term, you can do the 10-year renewable and convertible. You get a term policy, because term is utilized to take care of assets, your house.
So I know that.
Go ahead.
Okay, I know that the insurance company that you're with, y'all do the whole life insurance, but do you all also do the term, a term?
Oh yes, we offer all insurances: term, whole life, accidental. We have cancer policies. We have hospitalization policies. We have accidental hospitalization policies. We have critical illness policies. You know, cancer is one of the number one. It's one of the top 5 reasons people go bankrupt. Because think about it. I got cancer. I spend every dime I got. I don't care if it's yours, mine, the cousins, to save my life. I'm trying to get every treatment that they can offer. So cancer will cause you to go bankrupt. It's just human nature. You want to live. Everybody want to go to heaven, but ain't nobody dying to go.
Now, correct that, Deborah. Correct that, Deborah. Make a correction. If you had cancer, you talk about for people who cancer. They show, they can come over that you have cancer, but that's for
people. If you've had cancer before, no, I can't sell you a policy, because we all know that bad C word can come back anytime. So if you get a cancer policy, you can't never have had cancer of no kind for me to sell you a cancer
policy. No, but I was saying, so the people won't think you have cancer. I was trying to make sure I clarified that. You was using it.
We ain't worried about what people think.
No, you were using that in general if the person gets cancer.
Yeah, but I do have a cancer policy. Cancer is in my family. If cancer is in your family, it is a wise investment, because you don't know. Do you not know insurance is for the unknown? That's what insurance is for, the unknown. You get insurance on your car because you don't know if you're going to have a wreck or somebody going to tear your car up. You think the people that died today woke up this morning and knew they were going to die? No, it was an accident. They had a car wreck, or they got shot, or they got run over, or whatever the case may have been. They didn't know when they left home today they weren't coming back. It's the unknown.
Okay, Deborah. Okay, Deborah. Okay, how old is too old to get life insurance?
With my
How old?
with my
Yeah,
company, 81. Once you turn 81.
you cannot get life insurance.
Not with my company. Once you turn 81.
Y'all hear that now? Y'all need to get that insurance and get it. Okay. Which is better, term or whole? I think you touched on that, but I don't know if everybody's clear on it, if I'm clear on it. Because you just
Term
told
better,
us that
term better
the
for
whole is
you.
good,
Whole
but
life better for me.
term for certain things.
Yeah. I mean, they pay the same. If you have a 40,000 whole life policy and you have a 40,000 term life policy, they both gonna pay 40,000. They both gonna pay the same no matter how you die. They both pay the same thing. Now, how they pay is different, and it's just a different equation of how they're gonna pay. Term life uh, pays slower. If you have a policy with my company, a whole life policy with my company, and your loved one died today, and tomorrow you contact my company, or you contact them today, and they verify that that policy is in place, they have enough to pay for the funeral. When you fill out, we have a freedom of choice. It's a document that we give to our all of our customers, and you fill that out and you take it to the funeral home of your choice. That's a legal document. You're the beneficiary. You're gonna sign at the bottom, policy number at the top. You're gonna sign over that designated amount to N.A. James, to Richardson Funeral Home, to Luland Funeral Home. You're gonna sign over that designated amount. Our company is gonna get that check to them in 2 to 3 days, and the balance comes to you. The balance comes to the beneficiary.
Okay.
It's not
Now I
rocket
heard
science.
you say something earlier. I heard I heard you say something earlier. Okay, so you got to pay Richardson, N.A. James, or whichever one, Writing Cavalry. You got to pay them $8,000. Okay, so that check gonna go to them, and then the rest gonna go to you. Is it
That's right.
any way that you can get that put in installments, or they want to give it all to you at one time?
Well, whole life is not taxable, so you can go and get it at one time, or you can get it in
Okay.
installments if that's the way to benefit. If that's the way the deceit set it up, that they don't want, because they could have 100,000 of whole life. I've seen young people 30, 25, 30 early on buy 100,000 of whole life. It's gaining cash value, of course, and they. I mean, if you got 100,000 and you bought it at the age of 20 and you get married and you die at the age of 40, you may not want your wife to
Let's
use that
see.
whole 100,000 at one time. Everybody don't know how to handle finances. So you may decide I want, but that's something you have to put in those documents we give you, the will kits, the family information guide. You have to designate that, get it notarized. That's got to be a legal document. That's outside of the insurance company. We just supply you with the documents. We don't fill them out. We don't, we don't do all that. We just
Okay,
give them to
so
you.
tell me this. Tell me this, because the insurance that I had on my job, um, you do you all like say like if somebody has 40,000, 60,000, can they divide it up to what three people be beneficial of portions of it? Can they do it like
Mhm.
that as well?
You can have as many beneficiaries as you like. And if you do not designate percentage wise, then it's equally distributed. If you got 3 children and you put all 3 of your children as your beneficiary, and you don't say Whitney get 50, Antoine get 40, and 10% go to the grandkids, then it goes equally, 33.33 to each one.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. 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 Because I had mine's divided 3 ways. But anyway, my mom and my 2 children. Yeah. So yeah, I was just wondering with you all's company, does it work that way? Because people need to know that, because people don't always know that. So sometimes they put one beneficiary, and you ain't even sure that beneficiary gonna turn up a policy. You know what I'm saying? You got to be careful with all this business and stuff like that. So
Your
sometimes people
beneficiary is
don't know
supposed to
it.
be your beneficiary is supposed to be the most responsible person that's going to handle your business in your after your expiration period. And you have a second beneficiary, which would be called your contingent, that would take up in case your first beneficiary die before you do. You have a contingent in place. um, I mean, when it comes to taking care of your business, you sit down with one of our agents. I promise you, Stacy Scott Watson, Lisa Pines Renee, Lashante Pines. I promise you, they knowledgeable. They know what they're talking about. They know what they're doing, and they're gonna do what's best for you. That's what we do. We're gonna do what's best for you. Everybody is different. No two homes gonna be the same. You just have to handle everybody carefully and take care of that family that you're sitting with. I promise you, you won't regret it.
Well, I think you
You won't
answered this question already. That everyone absolutely needs to have insurance. Like I said, unless they like don't have no beneficiaries, or they got plenty of money in the bank that they got somebody will to where they can take care of their family. But other
I
than that,
don't
if you
care.
got children, if you got,
If you got plenty of money in the bank, you still need life insurance. Because that means you can take the plenty of money and pay the life insurance and still have plenty of money when you just die. And
no,
even
I
if
see what you're saying, Deborah.
you don't
But
have no more
I
children,
talk
you don't have
to an
no
individual.
family, you don't have no family. It's very rare you're gonna find a person don't have no family. I mean, of
Well,
course I'm blessed.
the person that I was
I'm
talking
blessed.
to, the person I was talking to, that well, the person I was talking to, they were satisfied with the fact that they had that already arranged of how they was gonna be buried
That's
and
great.
everything without having to worry about doing insurance. That particular person,
That's
you know,
great.
that's the way
Great.
they felt. So that's
I
why
got
I
a
put it
family
like
member.
that.
I got a family member did the same to me. I asked him. I said, if you would have, if your girls would have died last night, how would you take care of? Who would take care of their final expense? He said, me. I say, do you have $15,000 where you can write two checks that it wouldn't affect the way you live? He said, yeah. I said, oh, so you just write out 30,000 and you're great. Yeah, because I have this, and this, I could do that. So no, I'm not gonna buy insurance. And I was cool with that. I was cool with that. Anybody that tells me that they're not gonna purchase insurance, I'm okay. I have presented it to you. I have given it to you. I've given you the importance of it. I've given you the I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Yes, I'm concerned for you and your family. But I have to be okay with the fact that you've made a conscious decision as a grown adult not to take care of your family when you're gone. And
But
I
I like the
remind
way
you like the what?
No, I like the way that you presented your presentation to start off with about a person being a family person, a family man, a family woman that wouldn't want her husband to have a lot of extra when that check is gone. That is one of out of everything we've said tonight, the most to me the most appealing and the most I don't know what word to use, thing that we actually talked about and discussed and
It's
that you brought
important.
out is the
It's
fact about these final expenses and how to finish paying the mortgage, how to accommodate that second income for people who are married and have wives. Even if they retired, they probably get their retirement check. After that spouse is gone, that retirement check is gone. And that's how they are providing, that's how they are making ends meet. And it can be very, I know firsthand from my husband, Basil, it can be very, very, very hard if you have not prepared and you have not had that 50,000, $100,000 insurance. You know, if you just got just enough to bear it and maybe a little bit over to last a couple months until, and like when my husband died, I wasn't even working, I wasn't even employed. So you can imagine, you still got light bill, you still didn't have, own my trailer, but didn't have a note, but just light bill, just water bill, just cable bill, just everything. And I was not working. So yeah, it is very important to have sufficient enough insurance. And people, we're saying that the older you get, the more expensive it is. So you need to get a sufficient amount of insurance. And for young people, for you all who have young kids, if you have to pay it yourself, go ahead on and get them a $50,000 policy at 5 years old and continue to pay it. And then try to make them understand how important when you get maybe too old to pay it, something like that. Let them know how important it is for them to pay it. And then another thing, Deborah, that we need to bring out to people is that, okay, you got a beneficiary and then you got a contagion beneficiary. What if everybody that was the beneficiary, like you've had a husband and a wife and children get killed in a car accident? If the wife was the beneficiary and the husband was the contingent beneficiary, somebody that wasn't with that family needs to know what to do. How does something like that work? That's
Once
serious.
our
That's
once our
serious.
beneficiaries deplete, it lies in the hands of what does the court system do? Who is the next of kin? Because if me and my husband and our kids died, do we have parents still living? That's a question. Does either of the adults parents have outside kids? Do it goes deep. That portion of it, the legality portion of who gets what at that point, I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you because
No,
we
but we
have
were just talking about having somebody to take care of those arrangements. That's what I was talking about. That's what
well,
I was,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm
concerned
saying.
about.
Who's living? Sisters, brothers, mama, daddy, who's alive to step in? And then if, like I said, if they take advantage of that will kit and the family information guide, it that will kit breaks down up to 8, 9, 10 people. If this happened,
Oh,
if
okay.
that happened, and it just keep going because you're so right. What if your family is on vacation and everybody is gone at once? Because if you're married, if your husband is your beneficiary, more likely than not, if your children are not grown, your second beneficiary is your parent or your sister or your brother, which is going to be somebody that's not in the vehicle. And if the father, on the other hand, same thing. If the children are young, we advise people don't make children beneficiaries because if something happens to that child is underage, whoever the adult that is going to be taking care of that child is actually the overseer of that money now. It could be rent. They can't get it to 18. But think about it. If I'm raising your son and you died and he was 12 and I'm having hard times, you think a court is going to let me lose my home or don't have anywhere to live with your child and he's got $50,000 sitting up in an account waiting for him to turn 18 or 21? You see what I'm saying? You have to have your business in order, people. Even after you get insurance, keep your business
So they won't
itself.
release it. So they won't release it if that
No, no,
child
that's
is
what I'm
only
saying.
12.
Oh, no, 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 no. That's what I'm saying. You get to go you get some legality to go to a court of some sort, and you're gonna have to get some monies released. But you got to go through the process, whatever that process is. I can't tell you that, but I would tell you to make sure your business is in order. And children should not be beneficiary if they're under the age of 18, because they're not going to
Okay.
technically one over the money. Is going to be the person that's raising them. You've heard horror stories where parents have left money for their kids and the kids never even got to spend it or see it because somebody done spent it before they even got old enough to get it. Horror stories. I don't know nobody personally,
Right.
but it things happen. Keep it in order. And the other thing I want you mentioned something about uh children, mamas having policies. We was talking about that earlier, and this is what I want to touch bases with. When you talk to people and they say, "Oh, my mama got me in a policy," I immediately ask them to go ask her. Go ask her, because think about it. You're 20 something, 30 years old. Do your mama really think you're not responsible enough to have your own policy? See, if y'all haven't talked about this, there's a missing part. That means your mom may have not paid your insurance simply because you're grown now and you got a job and you should be paying your own insurance. So you have to have that conversation with your mom. Don't just assume because insurance when I was children that she still has that policy on you. Don't assume it. I'm not saying she
And not
doesn't,
only,
but don't.
but not only that, Deborah, that's what I was getting at too when I was talking about if everybody get killed or stuff. Sometimes a parent has a policy. I know one of my son-in-laws. Um, I know his mother had a policy on him when she was living, but she died a few years ago. So 1 out of 10, if he didn't go through the paperwork and he didn't go and find that policy, that policy is no longer in existence. And he's probably uninsured. You know what I'm saying? So
You can believe
those are things that
that.
are so important that we want to tell people out there. If your parent has used to have you in a policy or you knew they had a policy, if you that needs to be one of the first things you do. If your parent died and you know she or you believe they had you in a policy, you need to go through the paperwork and see what a policy is, and you need to take that policy up and stuff. And then you'll probably have to take it to the people because she's no longer here and she was a beneficiary. How does an insurance do that? If a mother was the
Well,
beneficiary
my
or
thing
someone was the beneficiary.
you need to have that talk before they die. That's why I say if you saying your mama got a policy on you and you're a grown man or a grown woman, go talk to your mama. See if she really got it. And she really got it, get the information then. Mama, what's the name of the company? That's really all you need. She may not want to tell you how much it is. She may not want to tell you who else is the beneficiary. That's fine. But mama, what's the name of the company? That's all you need. Because
In case something happened to you.
guess
Yeah.
guess who's social? Guess whose social is on that policy? If your mama got it. Guess who name is that policy? You just gonna have to come up with the correct documentation.
It's good.
You you come up with the correct documentations and you can have your policy. I'm sure the insurance company want to make money. So they want somebody to keep paying. They want somebody to
Right,
keep paying.
right.
If it's your policy, you can't be the
So they,
beneficiary of your policy. So if your mama was number one, they're gonna let you know who is number two. It's not gonna be too difficult for you to get that. But you need to know why you're have the conversation with my children know. I sit at this table and I told my daughter and my son, no, I'm not leaving y'all nothing. Don't go looking for it. So they don't have to. And I was joking. It was joking in the beginning, but they all both looked at me like I was crazy. But you're grown. I want my grandchildren to have a whatever. You got to have conversations, families. Everybody needs to be in the know. There's too many secrets in the world already. Everybody needs to be in the know. Know what's going on in your family. Know who's got what. Know what everybody is doing. Just know. Just know. Be that type of family. It's an open book. So you don't have to post GoFundMe. So you don't have to post Cash App links. So you don't have to post different stuff and begging other people that you don't even know really in real life to help you do something. And believe me, if we got two friends in this world, or if you got one real friend, you're blessed. But if you got two, you're super blessed. So past them two, ain't nobody trying to do nothing for you. Do it for yourself while you still can. Do it while you are living. Get your insurance policy. I'm telling you, I have. Let me um, let me put this on.
Deborah, one other thing before you go. Wait a minute. Don't lose your thought. One other thing. There's something called a free period, a free look period. What is a free look period?
With my company, 30 days. Change your mind, get a refund. 30 days. If you don't want it, if something wasn't right, change your mind, get a refund. That's a look period. You going over your policy once you receive it, and the policy says on the front page, please read your policy. Please understand your policy, because what someone tells you out their mouth and what's wrote on that paper, if it's different, guess what is law? What's wrote on the paper. Read your policies, people. Read your policy. Understand what you have and know exactly what you have. Don't assume. Do not assume. And I'm telling you, it is so important to read your policy. Hold up. I saw somebody sent a message, but I didn't.
Okay, Lady Des, I hope it brought you in. Are you there, Lady Des? Because I don't see a picture or anything. Uh, she was trying to come in. I don't see her now. Okay, there she is. Let me see if I can get her up there. Okay. Lady Des, for some reason it's not keeping you up there. I don't know. I definitely want her to come in. Uh, I don't know if it's on my end or on her end, but I definitely want her to come in. Okay. All
You
right, Lady Diz. Okay, she was trying to come in. She must have had a question for you. Let me see, can I get her in?
okay?
This little thing, battery, no, that could be why. Okay, she went out. All right. Well, Lady Diz, if you want to come in, let me know, and I'll try to get you up. But I see where you. Okay, there she is again. She went out. Let me see, can I get her up there? I'm trying to add her to the stage. Okay, Lady Diz. Hey,
Hey, how y'all doing?
Lady Diz.
Hello, how you doing?
We're
I
doing
am great. How are you?
I'm wonderful, wonderful.
Awesome, awesome. I
okay.
just wanted to say you all are having a great conversation, and I think this is something that all families need to listen to, especially in our Black culture, as far as having insurance and making sure that their family is taken care of just in case something happens, or having even something in place. So Renee, I just want to say thank you for even having this discussion publicly, because a lot of our people don't have insurance or don't have anything in place just in case a family member passes away.
You're so right, Lady Des. You're so right. And they are begging for someone else to take care of this for them. And it's not fair to the people. Everybody want to help everybody, but um, you try to give them the knowledge and the information to help themselves. And you're not able to get it. You can't get it across to them. You just can't.
Absolutely. And then when they start to think about it, it's already too late. And then that's when they have to do GoFundMe's and different collections trying to get the money up because burials and funerals is are very expensive. I know here in Miami, the average funeral will cost you about $20,000 if you're going to do a burial. And the majority of that money comes for the burial. Just to even get the whole is a whole lot of money. It's a few thousands of dollars to do that. So the insurance definitely plays a big portion of it. Some people may feel, well, I don't need insurance. I'm already dead. What I'm going to do? But you don't want to put that pressure on those that you leave here on this earth to take care of that. You don't want to put that extra added stress or grief on them because they're already
Say
grieving for you. So
right.
it's so important to get your affairs in order. Cut back on buying shoes or cut back on buying clothes, or if you eat out a lot, cut back on some of those things to put your priorities in place just in case something happens.
Say it, sister. Say it. They're not believing that this is so important. They will pay for, and every time an iPhone come out, you see all people running to get them. They sit in line overnight to get the new tennis shoes. The things that you see that are priority in their lives, it is mind boggling. It's mind
Absolutely.
boggling. And then you'll say something like, "Well, if I'm dead, what I got to do with being paying for insurance? Are you kidding me? You would
Right.
put that and put that on your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your children, with no thought at all as to the burden they already
Absolutely. And then I heard,
grieve.
the other cultures, they don't do it. Yeah, but they have a savings set aside just in case if this happens. So if you have a whole thousands of dollars set aside for your funeral services and burial and all of that, then okay, maybe that's fine. But if you don't have that, then you need to put your priorities in order.
That's right. I agree 100%. I agree 100%. I'm preaching it. I'm posting it every day, and I'm just gonna wear it out. I believe that it's gonna get through to the majority. I just believe eventually everybody's gonna wake up and realize, yeah, it's time. And I
Right.
hope it's not too late. I hope the health is not gone down, or you've been hospitalized, or
Right, right.
you got
Because it's harder. Once you have these health crises, then it's much harder to get approved for the insurance because or it's going to be very, very high.
that's
So
right. That's right. They'll insure you, but the price you're gonna pay is
right.
senseless when you could have done this. And I'm telling you, young, get it young. And it's not even the old that's dying anymore, pretty much. It is the
Absolutely. It's so many people in the ages of 30 and 40-year-old brackets that are having strokes, that are having heart attacks, that are even developing cancer at such an early age. So it's not time now to wait because
that's right.
my parents, as long as I have known them, have carried insurance and they shared that information with us when we got old enough to understand and what it is that we have and how to handle that, but everybody didn't have that. And when you get this information out, it's like they don't take it serious until they need it. So I always tell people it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
You hear that, Percy? Somebody else feel just like you and I. It's best to have it and not need it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just in case something goes on. But
Right, right,
I
right,
love this
right, right.
conversation. I think it's a great conversation to have. And you were also sharing about, when your parents have policies, to check on these policies.
That's
Or
right.
even if you had a policy, because this is something that happened to me. I had took out a policy on my job that I left, and I completely forgot about the policy. And the policy started to mature. But what happened was, because the policy wasn't being paid, it started taking from the, I don't know if I'm using the right
Cash
term,
value.
the mature amount that was accrued
Mhm.
in there. So by the time I
Right.
found out about it, or it was brought to my attention, because I was taking care of some other business, and it was like, wait, it looked like you have another policy, and I was like, I do. I don't know. And they gave me the information, and when I called the insurance company, they told me that it was at this job, and you had this insurance taken out, and this is the amount that was in there. But they told me it decreased so much because they started paying out the premium to keep the policy open out of the money that was already matured in there. So thank God it wasn't exhausted completely out. I did get a little bit back, but it definitely wasn't as much as I should have gotten. So
That's right.
it's very important to really, really keep up with those policies and what's going on them.
It
So
is.
tell me
It
this,
is very.
Deborah, tell me this, Lady Bear. So you're saying that you were with a job and you left the job and the policy didn't just go void after they wasn't taken out on you every month. You say it had matured some extra money that it started paying the policy without even consulting you. Because see, that's what Deborah said earlier. She said, I think that might go back to some of that. Deborah said that there's a lot of insurance money out there just sitting there that people ain't never claimed. So you mean to tell
Absolutely.
me that it's sometimes if you leave a job and you was paying an insurance, it's a possibility if you were on that job long enough, it has some extra. I tell you, this might be what they're talking about too, Deborah. Mom, she had us in insurance, and when she realized that we were mature enough, well, she then had realized we had our own insurance. But when she felt like we hadn't got a certain age and she wasn't gonna be worried about, and she didn't have to bear us like that. She went ahead on her space and I signed our policy, and I think it had matured so much that it was a little there, but they were so old, and they paid so little money back then. It wasn't a lot, but she just had us to sign it that she can go ahead on and cash it in. Because she knew we were secure with ourselves. We was in our 50s. She just did this recently. So is that the type of policy that probably was theirs where you had paid so much in it or they had took so much out on you? Because Deborah seemed like she's familiar with it. They had took so much out on you that it had some extra in there and they just automatically start paying it for you. That's crazy to me.
Right.
Is
Because
that what they said then?
what I thought was, once I left the job, everything closed out. I had no idea that that policy was still going. And I was real
Now, see,
young
that could
too.
have
I was
been
real young back
that
then.
that could have been an investment policy
You could,
also. It's just different. All policies still are going to fall under the three umbrellas: whole term or accidental. It's just different kinds of whole terms and accidental. You got some get dividends, you got universals. It's just different kinds of policy that still falls under those umbrellas. The fact that she found out in time, God forbid if she had died and she didn't know. So you think the family would have known?
Absolutely. And it would have exhausted all of the funds that was
Oh,
actually in there, because they would have paid whatever the premium was until everything was gone. That's what they told me.
yeah, it will.
What I
And
ended up doing, it wasn't a whole lot left in there. So I just cashed out what was there, what was left in there.
mm-hmm.
And it was for myself and my husband. So
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So I lost a lot of money with that. I did. So that's why I said it's just so important to follow up, me, just not knowing, the lack
That's
of the lack
and you
Right.
of knowing,
So,
you hit a great
so well,
you hit a great point, Lady D's, when
okay.
you
Well,
said
Deborah
you
has
need
some
to talk.
information. Okay, one moment, Deborah. Deborah has some information on there for everybody who's listening that you can share with some other people. Deborah is licensed in several places, and she also have the telephone numbers of all the ones that is working in this area, but they are being licensed in different states. So if anybody's interested in reaching out to any of them, she has the telephone numbers up, and hopefully in a month or two I may be working with them as well. But she has the telephone numbers up for you all to call and schedule some type of virtual appointment with them so they can be able to talk insurance. And also, if you have a policy, because I was my job, and crazy old me, I just know they out of Georgia, and I know how much I got and how it split. And I did have them to send me the packet, and I kind of looked at it and saw how much I had. But here recently, we've run into some things where we have to look at all these policies that we have, and I never paid any attention to it. I just was glad I had insurance. We need to read them and make sure if they are whole or if they are term, because if they are term, they may term out at 65. They may term out at 80. They may term out at 70. And then, and sometimes if they term out, you might can still get them. But we just recently found out someone got in their 80s and they wanted them to pay $500 a month, I believe it was. So you need to know exactly what you have if you haven't read the fine line. Some people are like that. Some people read fine lines, and some people really check out what they're doing. I have a good friend. She reads everything. Everything she signs, she's reading it. But everybody don't. So they can get with you guys and they can let you all share your policies that you already have with them. And I'm sure if you got a good policy similar to what they have, they will say, okay, that's great. But if you don't, it might not be too late according to your age to go ahead on and get another one and know exactly what you have. But she put some information up there about some of the ones that's working with her that's licensed. And like I said, maybe in a month or so, I will be on their team because this is very important to me. I've known too many people, especially in extended families, that were not insured when they passed. And I see it all the time. And like I said, it's hard on all of us. I catch uh, the devil trying to keep up insurance, but you have to you have to keep your insurance up. It is so important that you keep it up. And I would pray, and I've been asking Lord, Lord, don't let me be late one of them months and I croak. Because I dread somebody having to ask for some money for bury me. I don't want nobody have to ask nobody for no money to bury me. And for the record, y'all, long time ago, I used to go to a lot of quartet singers when people died because they were trying to raise insurance for the people to bury them. They would have a musical. But for the record, y'all, I done told my family I want a musical and a wake service, but I'm
You
praying
better
it
get
don't
your
be to
insurance
raise no
right.
money to back. I,
You better get your
I just want
insurance
them
right.
to shout and take me out the way I live. What you said,
That's
Deborah?
right.
Des, who was talking?
That comes in place with what I told you, making sure all of your business is in order and the person that's responsible for your business knows your wishes. You have to document that. Get your will, get everything on there. Get your will done. Stacey Scott, you made a great point. Like whole life insurance does have cash value. Uh, you get your wills in order. We
It's
offer no cost will kits. I mean, we give them to you. If you have to get them notarized. Nothing is legal, guys, unless somebody has witnessed it. So we'll give it to you, but you got to get it notarized. A lot of banks notarize things at no cost if you got an account with them. So let's just let's get the insurance. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. I promise you, you won't, and you won't even miss it. It'll become habit.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, like I said, it's something that is really almost mandatory. Um, Now, Deborah, I would like to ask you something that I'm just curious about. Um, how long does people in the past have come up missing down through the years and that have been insured? How long does a person have to be missing before the insurance will pay off, or will they pay off if a body is never declared? I was just curious about that.
Well, if you're missing most laws in most states, and I'm an insurance agent. I'm not a law representative of any state for the record, guys. But personally, I know of someone this happened to, and it took 7 years for his wife to get anything. 7 years.
Oh
So
God, okay.
that after 7 years they're declared dead. If if it's the police report,
Oh,
it's an investigation, and all of that's going on, it doesn't happen immediately. People disappear because of debt. People don't always be dead because you don't see them. So debt it goes.
right. So did she have to continue to pay that policy? Yeah.
Uh, well,
No, I
yeah.
thought, did she have to continue to pay that policy up until them 7 years? What I'm saying.
I look. I have to call my home office to ask that question because
Oh, okay.
honestly, I can't tell you. But I promise you, I'm gonna come back on here with the answer tomorrow. I'm gonna post it on the page because that is a great question. If they're not considered dead yet legally in the eye of the law, yeah, yeah. Have you watched? I know everybody's watched Lifetime, but I watched a show one time where this guy actually wasn't dead. He was hit. He lost his memory, and he didn't know who he was. He was still living, and the insurance company paid the family, and they had to pay their money back because he wasn't dead.
Ooh, Lord have mercy, Jesus. That was rough.
You
Yeah,
know
that's
what,
not a
too?
That,
Some people to choose to live homeless because they don't want to either be with their family or pay bills. I've met people like that. When we were dealing with the homeless, it's a lot of people out there by choice, believe it or not.
oh, I. Mm-hmm.
You can offer them,
yes.
but they choose to be out there. And a lot of them haven't seen their family in years.
Excuse me. Okay, okay,
But we have
okay.
come across that,
Well,
but they're
this has been
there
great,
by
Deborah.
choice.
We got a lot of information that was put out there. Stacey, thank you for stopping by. Everybody who stopped by, Pastor Robert Ville, who stopped by earlier, we want to thank you. Like I said earlier, I saw Sister Vicky Jones. Matter of fact, she shared the video, and also Desiree. We thank you over there in Florida. And also, we thank Trina Landry, my little cousin, for stopping by. We saw Ty, Deborah's bestie, a big sister, and we saw Renee Chapman and several other people. Again, Angela Bazoo, I think I'm saying her last name right. and several others. We think the groups that shared it, a lot of the groups that I deal with in the quartet arena, they shared the video. And also Teresa Perkins in the group that she's in, the Black owned businesses of Hammond, Sister Brandy, they also shared the video. And like I said, a lot of the gospel arenas. And we want to say to all of you all, whoever will see this video, that you can contact either one of those people that any one of these people that Deborah put in the comments. You can contact any one of those. And I know my little cousin Trania, she's a entrepreneur too, and she's doing jewelry and stuff. And she's a hard worker, and I know Deborah is looking for hard workers. I don't know if insurance will interest you, Trania, but it might,
It's,
because you'll meet a
what's her
lot of
last
people
name?
all across the
What's her last name?
Landry, Landry, Landry. Uh,
I promise you.
there it is.
I promise you. You to my Trania.
There she is right there. Yeah.
Trania. Yeah, I think Trania is the person that I think I inboxed her today. Let me check that. I did. I inboxed her today. That lets you know how God works. I inboxed Trania today and I asked her to share my post. And she immediately did it right away. She started sharing my post. Now,
Oh, baby. She gonna do that. And plus, I had already told her to share it too. There she go. She said, yes, she did, honey. But Tranille is kind of like branching out to do her own thing. So this might be something you might want to
Trania,
reach
come
out to
on
her and
over,
see if she
girl.
want to.
You need to come on over. Come on over. I'll interview you. I'll set you up for an interview. This is and the best part about I love about being an entrepreneur, you work your own hours. You work your own hours. And I know you, Kadarin sister. I remember you. I just took a picture with you last Friday. Nobody business, but we but yeah, I I definitely that would be great. And I mean, you support people that support you. Um, I was just someone that I had been supporting. Um, I talked with her about insurance, and she was honest enough to tell me she didn't have insurance, but she didn't want to buy insurance with us. She was gonna look around, and she said, "But you know, we got a paparazzi sale." I say, "Nah, sweetheart. I'll go to Sheen before I buy it from you because you don't support me. I can't support you. And I'm so okay with people don't buy insurance from me. Buy insurance because if your family member have to post a GoFundMe or a Cash App link, that's a problem. That's a problem, and we gotta stop. We got to stop. It needs to stop now. So let's get insurance, whatever the cost. Whatever the cost, get the insurance.
Right.
Like Mr. McCray said, consider it a bill. You pay the rest of the bills, may as well pay this one. It's tax time, people. You can pay 3 months in advance. Take all the weight off you for 3 months. Just pay 3 months at a time, and then you can start paying month to month. So yes, let's get it. Let's get it.
Right. So Deborah, it is my prayer that this platform has made a difference and you have accomplished what you wanted to accomplish. And this video is on YouTube. So those who don't do Facebook, you can also go and you can share it. I will send it. I will text it to you from YouTube, and you can send it around and share it with some people. And it has your information on there, and it has all of your agents on there, and so they can get in touch with them. And it is my prayer that I will be able to be a part of your team as well. But I thank you
I'm
so
waiting
much
on
for
you.
being on the
Waiting on
platform. I thank you so much for, ma'am.
you. You know your sister waiting. I'm waiting.
Yeah, and I thank you so much for all your support that you have given me down through the years with all that I do, with all that I do. And hopefully, if you're there on March the 30th, you can have some brochures that maybe we can give the people out at the birthday celebration as well. And we may even have an opportunity between groups and stuff for you to be able to maybe just get up and sell us something about the company and let people know that you are available and that they can get licensed in different states. You put your states up there, but I know once you get licensed in Louisiana, you can get licensed in other states and you can work all around the world, like you just said earlier. That a lot of times you don't even know all the people that you work with because you have worked hard. And how long have you been with this company, Deborah? Because I know you was with this company when I came to Georgia. How long have
Eight
you been with this
years. It's
company?
been 8 years. 8 years. And the best part about this company, 2 more years, I can retire. Work 10 years for a company and retire. Where you do that at? And get renewals until all my clients die or I die. I could get the renewals back to the company. That's another reason entrepreneurship and working with American Income Life, Globe Life is so rewarding. Bonuses, renewals. You have 7, 8 different streams of income with the company. You have to believe in what you're doing. And I believe in it. I know it's real. I have watched families. I've been to family funerals. You get close to these people. You be around them. See, before COVID, we actually went in the home and sit down and talk to people. So you got to mingle with people. And I'm a football fanatic for the Saints. And I lived in Georgia when I started this. So and people who know me know I'm a bash talker. I'm a talk trash. So I got to know a lot of people, a lot of homes. So you get connected with these people, and then you hate it when you get that call. Deborah, I need you to come see so and so because my brother, my auntie, my mom, my dad passed away. It's hard. It's hard, but it's life, y'all. Everybody that lives gonna die unless you're here when the Lord comes and be caught up. You gonna die.
But the reward
You're gonna.
But the rewarding thing about it is that you were able to help them take care of some needs before this happened. So that's one of the most rewarding things, and that's what I'm looking at. Like you said, there are a lot of things that you can get in the company, but my most thing is to make sure that people see. I know you can't make them, but to see how important it is to have insurance, and especially as I go back again, the way you open up with getting insurance early enough that you can have your family secured in case a husband spouse leaves, that all the burden of finishing paying for the house, paying cars, you might can pay a car note off or pay a furniture bill off, just pay some major stuff out. So it is important really that we get the people programmed in insurance at a young age and that they would get enough insurance. Now, if
Oh yeah.
you too late for that, still get some insurance, but we definitely need to start giving people at a young age insurance.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And if, I tell you, it's important, guys. And if I could say anything to you to get yourself financially fixed when it comes to insurance, should be number one top priority on your list going forward. Let's forget what happened in the past. Going forward, get your family covered. Talk to your children. If they're grown and out the house and gone on with their life, I don't care if they married. Stop assuming. I have written policies for people wouldn't even believe, didn't even have insurance. Stop assuming. People are living this lifestyle, they must have insurance. Stop assuming. Ask questions. Get answers. Don't take no from your children. We can tell our parents no about nothing, but don't take no from your children. This new world is just, oh, it's ugh. But don't take no from your children. If they don't have insurance, I don't know by most parents. My kids left my home, but I still have all of their information. And when they got licensed, I don't know how I ended up with their license numbers, but I got them. I don't need you to tell me nothing if I want to do something with you. Get your children's information. Take care of what they won't take care of. People, we have got to do this. Insurance, insure everything you love. Insure them. Period.
Okay, Des, what are your final remarks about this platform today?
Listen, I'm already posting about it. But I just want to, like I said at the beginning, thank you so much for taking this time out to share this information with us, especially with our community, our Black community, because it's something that we need to hear, and we need to just get our business in order. And Ms. Deborah Mitchell, thank you so much for taking the time to share, to educate us, and bring awareness of how important it is to have life insurance and to put our priorities in order. And just like you said, don't assume, because you'll be surprised who don't have it,
Hmm.
who is taking that risk every day.
Every day, every day. Lady Des, I thank you for being here. You were just a ray of sunshine. When you come on, you came with such high spirit and you was hitting it on the button. I appreciate
Thank
you. I
you so
appreciate
much.
you for even giving me this opportunity to share my passion. This is my passion, y'all. I could
I can
I
hear it.
on and on about life insurance. This is my passion. I'm blessed. I'm so blessed to be in a family where we have open conversations. I'm the baby girl of 15 siblings, and
Ooh,
talk. We talk about everything. And I'm telling you, every barbecue, whatever we get together for, and we see somebody new, I don't have to tell everybody anymore. My family gonna tell her, you seen Deborah for your life insurance? Have you talked to Deborah? That's life insurance. We want to make sure, because ain't nobody finna help bury you. We ain't doing no GoFundMe's, and don't be talking about my cousin. My cousin ain't gonna let my mama suffer. Get your life insurance. You walk around these nice shoes, these nice dresses, suits, and clothes, driving these nice cars. Man, look good when you leave here. Don't have your family having to get the basic of everything because they had to go through GoFundMe or they owe the funeral home. They got to pay a monthly balance every month. Now they got a bill. If they ain't have one before, they got one now. Because you got to pay that bill every month. Because if they didn't have insurance on you, somebody else gonna die, and you done messed up your credit with N.A. James, or, and I'm just using names, y'all. I'm not saying nobody did this, or Richardson, or you done messed up your with Brighton Carver. You done messed your credit up, and you got 6 more children and none die. You think they're gonna be so willing to do another?
look, listen, there's a saying, you gonna pay at the beginning or you gonna pay at the end. But one
You
thing
gonna
for sure, you gonna pay.
regardless. You gonna pay the bill. And if you go get a car
Well,
from Rouse Down,
Deborah,
you pay them. What you think gonna happen? They coming to get it.
Absolutely. They gonna come get it.
right.
So yeah, we
Well,
gonna get.
Deborah,
I'm gonna come back, Renee, telling you, girl, this work.
Deborah,
Yes, love.
Deborah.
Yes, love.
For the record, uh, Lady Des did your beautiful flyer.
Oh, baby, I definitely gotta contact you. You on Facebook?
Yes, listen, I'm trying to send you a friend request now, but I got to clear up my friend list. I got too many people, so I got to delete some so I can add some new people in.
Just delete one person. Let me in. That person that don't never say nothing on your page, don't like nothing, they ain't supporting you. Get rid of 'em. It's a new year. Clean it up, clean it up.
Listen,
So,
I'm
Deborah,
already on it. I'm already on it.
look, Lady Des probably ready to do you an interview on her radio station.
Oh, you have a radio station. Where you
Ain't
out
no
of?
telling.
Out of Miami, Florida?
I'm in Florida. I'm in Miami, actually, Miami, Florida.
baby, one
And
of our
I work for a radio station here. But actually, I was thinking, we'll talk.
people talk. One of our head guys, my upline is from Miami. Hoggabook.
Oh, I don't know any Hogabooks.
Okay, well, baby, he tell me if you don't know a Hoggabook, you don't know nobody. When you're in Miami, if you don't know a Hoggabook, you don't know nobody. He is hilarious. But we got to talk. We will talk. But I appreciate you. You did an awesome job. Oh
Oh,
my
you're
goodness.
welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get you to do something so I can print out me a card and get me some new business cards. I want my picture on my card, and you just made my heart just smile when Renee sent me that. I said, "Oh my God." so yeah, we definitely gonna talk. And
Yeah,
y'all,
she said,
keep in mind,
yeah, she said,
everybody
yeah, she
listening, keep
said, so professional. She said,
What did you
everybody
say?
we circulate this business in our community. Do you realize how much we help each other? We don't have to step on each other. We don't have to push each other
Absolutely.
down. If
Absolutely.
you're looking down on one of your sisters or brothers, you should be picking them up. Let's get
Absolutely.
together. Everybody is enough in here for everybody to win. For everybody.
Absolutely. There's
Let's
room for everybody.
stop being haters. I don't care that you drive a G wagon. I can't drive a G wagon. That's what's important to me.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna drive a Cadillac wagon. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Let's help each other and pull each other up. If we stick together as sisters and brothers, we're unstoppable. We're
We're
unstoppable.
unstoppable.
We're unstoppable.
Absolutely. I totally agree.
We gotta stop talking about it and be about it. We got to.
okay, well, you know what? We all are talkers. We all are talkers. Deborah's an
Hey, girl,
insurance
I
lady. I'm
thought,
a radio host, and Dad's a radio host. And girl, Dad is just so happy all the time. She even modeled this clothing line. So Deborah, yeah, you definitely need to hook up with Lady Dez, baby, because
oh
somebody
yeah,
blessed her that they let her model all their clothes, girl. You're gonna have to be friends with her on Facebook. That's my baby. And you know, God
I'm
gave
waiting.
her to me. We've never met in person, but she did flyer for the birthday celebration. She did the donation tickets. She did the concert tickets. And she might go to for this for my interviews and stuff. She do all my flyers when I get a chance to do a flyer. She my girl. She my daughter slash sister because I got about 10 years or more. So yeah, she about about 15 years, something like that. But she my
Yeah.
daughter slash sister. But we've never got a chance yet to meet in person. But look at
In
God.
person. Absolutely.
All right, y'all. I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
y'all. I didn't even realize what time it was, Renee.
Okay,
That lets
Yes.
you know.
it is
I
late,
work.
very late.
I work in every zone, so I work up to midnight anyway. But I didn't realize it was this late. But y'all, I love y'all. Let's
And then
keep it. Let's keep it
she's in
high.
Florida. She's in Florida, so it's even later over there. But I'm
Oh
going to
yes.
go ahead on and pray us out. Yeah.
Okay.
Father, we just
Yes.
thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this opportunity. We thank you for this night. Lord, we thank you for Deborah coming to the people to encourage them to do insurance, God. And also, God, we just thank her for also promoting the company that gives insurance, God, to make sure people have what they need, God, for their health and even the cancer policies and all of that, because cancer is coming so fast, God, that people do need to have cancer policies. And then the life insurance, we're leaving here every day. And that's one appointment that we all have to keep, God. So we need to be prepared, God. We need to have our children prepared. We need to have our husbands and our spouses, our wives prepared just in case, God. So, God, we just thank you, God. I thank you for Lady Dance, God, all the way out of Miami, Florida, God. Always being so ready to come on, God, and always ready to ask the right questions, God, and always able to assist me however I need her to be, God. God, we ask you, Lord, that we do get a report from this meeting, God. Because, God, you know I like results, God. You know I don't come on here for nothing, God. So we're asking you, Lord, that you would touch the hearts of the people, God, that they would take care of their business, God. It's not about us and it's not about nobody trying to make money, but it's about people getting what they need, God, that everybody will be fully furnished and taken care of, God. And we just thank you, God. We just thank you. We just thank you. Amen and amen.
Amen. Amen. Beautiful.
All
Sister,
right.
y'all have a great night, okay?
All right. Y'all too. All right. We are out, 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 out. Yeah, out,
I don't
out,
know how
out,
to get
out.
out, so you gonna take me out?
I'm gonna try to take you out. Yeah. All right. So that has been great tonight, y'all. I appreciate my sister by another mother and her coming on to tell you all about how important it is to have insurance. And get your insurance. That's all I can say. And check your policies. Get in touch with her or one of her agents and go over your policies and see what you're working with. And if you need to improve or get something different, do that too. All right. We love y'all. Until next time. God bless. Okay. Okay. God bless. Until next time.